Hey, morning.
Morning. Ryan. I don't think Ryan's gonna make it. He had to take his wife to the doctor this morning, so I think it's just us. So I have a couple things to go over at the end, but let's go ahead and run through stand up, and then we'll get into some other stuff.
Okay, I was working on the color bar on lamination jobs. I finished up the implementation using cloud. I tested and put the screenshots in the pull request. And now I move on to the comments in pull request. There is some comments in split cars and in by batches, by corner rounding. Also, there is more comments in the show max spine size on hardcover work orders, and well, need to take care of those. And well, I am now working on that and those. That pretty much is for me.
Okay. Well, for me, it was continue working with the nested staging implementation. I've just finished, created a pull request. Also, yesterday I spent some time with the Duplo issue. That's fixed. Now, it was related with rounding, yes. But I couldn't fix the rounding. Instead, afterwards, what we do at the end is enforce 5 millimeters, at least, by pushing the slits aside if needed. So, but that was it. Yesterday there was another big issue with how Claude created a branch, and we ended up committing things into master. It was so invisible, but yeah. Anyway, so I spent some other time looking into that, and well, that's it for me. I will take a new one today, for sure.
Hey, Sebastian, I saw that your stat dashboards were moved on to Sage yesterday. They look awesome, by the way. But you replaced the other dashboards. Is that just a temporary thing? Because remember we talked about yesterday that they're going to still need their department dashboards, but...
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. That pull request was made way before that, when we were told that we needed to.
Okay.
But I can adjust that.
Well, and it's not like a big deal on stage. I just want to make sure that we didn't lose them. I didn't think we did, but like I just want to make sure that when we do take it to live, that they're both there.
Yeah, that's
you probably do that
because we will forget otherwise. So
yeah,
but probably we can link both together, right? And have the default action go whichever you prefer, and then from one you can
that would be
to the other.
Yeah, that would be
right.
Perfect.
So maybe that's what we need to do. What do you think is best to be the default landing page?
I would say default to the new one.
The old one.
The old one,
the default.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that because like what we'll do is we just have to make sure that there's like a cookie or whatever, so that like when they set up the TVs down there, that it can hold it and remember that it stays on that.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? And maybe that's what you were talking about. I don't know if that's done through a cookie or not. Maybe I'm just
that would be
just a different URL.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
should be showing.
But yeah, I think that it's totally fine that you can shift between the two, and I agree. I think we should make the regular department dashboard the default. But when they get loaded on the TV, we just need to make sure that it'll hold that URL and stay on that and not
Right.
default
Okay.
back.
Maybe it's quite obvious right now, but I will say it anyway. The settings on those new dashboards, especially the shifts settings, it's just not even an approximation, right? Whenever I saw mockups with single shifts, I assumed they were working 24 hours,
Mm-hmm.
right? That needs to be adjusted. And whenever I saw they had two shifts, I split the shift from AM and PM. And that's, I know for sure that's not the reality. That
Yeah.
needs to be adjusted as well,
Okay.
right? So, but I
So
don't
does
have
that
that
mean?
information.
Yeah. So does that mean that when it's AM PM, does that mean it's running from midnight until noon,
Right.
noon to midnight? Okay.
Yeah, 0 to 12.
That'll be good.
24.
That was one of my questions that I had written down that
Right.
I just, because she's going to ask about that, but that makes sense. And then we
Yeah.
just need to know what her shift hours are, right? So that we can adjust them.
That's configurable, and the shifts can have its own name. So they
Yeah.
can call it, I don't know, maybe they have
Off
a
peak
name
or
for it.
peak.
Not peak, because this is a daily basis thing.
Well, the reason I
Morning,
say that,
night. Okay,
yeah, the reason I say it, so I think that it's day and swing is what we would call it normally.
okay.
But like during peak, it changes. Like so, like right now they're on like 8-hour shifts, and then when we go to peak, they go to the 12-hour shifts.
Okay,
And so,
yeah, when
I
they
don't
adjust
know.
the schedule, that they can change the name.
Yeah, and so it sounds like that's all configurable, so that's fine.
Right.
And so I was gonna go down and let Tara start looking at this, but that's one question she would ask was how the shifts are. And so I'll ask her to just send us over the hours and what she wants to call them, if it's day and swing and what those hours are, so we can add that. Or is it configurable for her?
They should be able to. I
Okay,
think.
cool. Oh, manage shifts. Oh, AM and PM. Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Oh, and there's an ad. Oh, sick. Okay. Well, I'll have her play with that then and let her, play with
Okay.
it. And then if she has any questions, then we can ask her. And this data is live data, right? It's
That's right there.
and that's just coming from what we're tracking and task tracking, so we can have her look at that
Exactly.
and make sure that it's makes sense.
Right. So right now, Perfect Binding has data. If you try to see the dashboard for any other that maybe we don't have data yet, like I don't know, like rounding corner or whatever, you won't see any data. Also, I just set up the settings, the default settings for 15 different dashboards. Not all of them. So there are other departments where we didn't have a dashboard mockup. I did nothing with those, so they will default to have no goals, no shifts, and so on. But yeah, we will get there eventually. I think when we
Yeah.
roll out the task tracking.
And I'll probably be setting up a meeting with you and Tara. She had told me that she wanted to, to kind of go over it with you once she saw it. So probably early next week or something, we'll set up something and we can run through it, and then she can, after you have a chance to pay for it or play with it, then she can, figure out what her questions are.
Sure.
Okay. Looks great though, by the way. It was kind of weird when I first turned it on yesterday. And it was saying that books today was like 120,000 on. So I went to the Perfect Binding dashboard, and here, let me share my screen so I can show you what I
Okay.
mean.
See.
So right now, like this looks fine, but like yesterday I turned it on. It's probably about 3 in the afternoon, and this number said that it was 122,000 books today, and like all of these were. So we were at like, I don't know,
Yeah.
400 or 500%, and then it reset it and corrected itself, and so I don't know where that original data came from, and I
No,
just
it's because when Ryan stated that, published that into stage, he didn't deploy the default configurations. It was a script that he needed to run, right? So this was at first when he first deployed this, and I also went into the dashboard and took a look. I saw the same thing. So I said, okay, we now need to run the settings. He ran that, and there was some cached data.
Got it.
And books were not book, were actually maybe impressions or something else.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have a setting, it won't default to books. It will default to impressions. So
Okay.
maybe that was that number. It was impressions.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Well, and it looks like it's fine now anyways. It just was kind of weird when I looked at it originally.
Right.
But
Yeah.
but then it reset it, so it sounds like you saw it too. And sorry, I was just checking because I saw that on your thing it said that the reprint was 9%, and that seemed really high to me, and so I went to, and it's here too.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
I don't know what's going on with that.
One of the comments I expecting from Terra actually are those colors, green and red.
Oh yeah.
Right. That will be feedback for sure. Right. But there are other styling things that I want to run by her as well.
Yeah.
So that we can definitely then say, okay, let's normalize all these numbers, coloring, because we can probably do better with
Yeah.
showing information with the colors.
Yeah, and I figure that she'll want to probably talk about that, and that's why she actually was like, hey, can we get on a call with Sebastian? And I'm like, well, let us get it released first, and so you can see it, because I don't want to just talk about, I would rather have something that we can like, okay, we want to do this, as opposed to just an abstract conversation, you know? And so I'm gonna go down and talk to her after this meeting and let her know that it's there so that she can play with it. I'll show her the settings thing where she can make some adjustments, and just let her play with it for a couple of days, and then when she can start writing down her notes, and then I'll set up a call with you and we'll run through it with her.
Okay, good. So
Okay, it looks great though.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. For mostly I worked on DHL, the DHL flat rate thing. I had to add because with these parcel methods, anyway, for the anyways, never mind. I don't know how to just had to change some things with the methods and update the scripts, and then I coded the changes for shipment billing to use the flat rate if it matches in the rates table, and that is pretty much it for me.
So is that, you're talking about what you coded, is that,
Yeah.
who's the customer? Was it Mixtile or Vista?
Oh,
Vista?
that one. I didn't talk about that one, but
Okay.
I did the change that I had made that I had tested on, what day is it today? On Monday. Then I put in a pull request for that
Okay.
change. So
And then, so is the one that you are talking about, is that the one that Jamie, that I'd asked you
Yeah.
about the other day? Okay.
yeah, the
so,
DHL flat rates one, yeah. Yeah, so I'm getting pretty close to putting in a pull request. So
okay, great.
yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
Thank you.
That was it.
For me, I was getting pretty close on putting a pull request in for the DHL flat rate thing. No, I'm just kidding. That was trying. I am working on the Printify API. I was able to move a little bit yesterday. I kind of got tied up on some other issues that came in. The Pack 8 biller. That was a fun, fun run.
Fun nothing burger.
Nothing. Which is actually good because I don't like when they're billing problems. So the fact that it turned out to be nothing was good.
Bigger question is, why did she think there was something? That's the part I don't understand.
Yes, it was very strange. But that took a little bit of time. On the Printify API, I think I finished the last piece of it, which is the tracking API. So I'm going to start testing it and see if we can, see what else needs to be done there. I saw they sent the link for their shipping API. That's a different thing that we probably should talk about. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
maybe it's not a different thing. I haven't really
It is.
involved with the Printify thing, but they
it is a
want
different
us
thing.
to call out to them to get a label to ship with. So kind of like what we do, I think, for like Zazzle, right? And Simpress, is that the other one?
Yep.
And so I just got the API docs on that. I don't know where that falls. I just don't know much about this project.
Yeah, that project, just so you know, it's a little bit interesting because they had asked us about that several months ago, and Chuck did some work on it and asked them for their account information. This was like, I think, on March 31st. And so it's like April, May, June. It's over 3 months ago, and they didn't respond to us. And now they're like coming out and they're wanting to go live in middle of July, but they completely ignored our request from 3 months ago. And I believe that there's, and Chuck, you can correct me, but there's some work that will have to be done, some setup and some testing, and like, it's not that it's undoable, it's just like, so I'm gonna go meet with Troy also this morning and just have a conversation and be like, look, if like they can't come to us 3 months later and say, okay, you're gonna do this, when they just ignored us for 3 months. Like, we could have had this done like a long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't think they had that API written 3 months ago, to their credit.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that may be true, but
looking at their docs, it says they're still under active development, and there's currently no testing or sandbox environment.
okay, so he needs to have a conversation. We need to figure out what they want to do or where they're at, or
And there's no guarantees it's going to go really smoothly because we've never done. We haven't done additional USPS API. Like we only have our USPS API account, and when we add another one,
Oh, we don't need to add. We're reaching out to Printify for a label.
really?
oh,
Yeah,
thought-
this is.
oh, so
This
this is
document-
different than what
this
they
is-
originally asked us.
Yeah.
Okay, so way back when, and they were like saying that they were going to use the USPS API and they were going to give us all this account information. So maybe that's why they never.
Yeah, no, it looks like what they are doing is, well, they might be doing the USPS API on their side, but
On their
we
side,
have
which
it-
is great.
Yeah, which is way better.
Yeah.
So they're gonna create the label, and they just want us to pull it more like what we were doing with mixed tiles then.
With Zazzle,
With
I think,
Zazzle and
Simpress.
Simpress. Yeah.
I don't know mixed tiles, maybe.
Well, mixed tiles, they're pre-creating the label or something, and we're just pulling it. Anyways,
Yes.
okay.
Um,
If it's like Simpress, then I know what you're talking about, and that is a more complicated process than the mixed tiles one. The mixed tiles one is just an API call. This is a
Yeah.
little bit more complicated, but
No, this is just an API call.
oh, okay.
But
As
it's not,
well,
and we don't have to worry about the USPS API because I don't know how it would even work to have somebody else because we
Yeah.
have to like authenticate our USPS account whenever, anyway, so yeah, that's good. That's good news.
That is
My
good.
biggest beef with it is if a customer cancels their order or you spot an address error, which means they're not going to be doing any address validation,
Oh.
which is annoying. But we do it, but I just wish they would.
The reason I brought that up is when I talked to Ryan about it yesterday, he said that there was a development project in order to do it and like Simpress. But
Yeah.
now it sounds like you guys are saying it's just an API call.
Well, I mean, it's still a development project, right? You don't have
Yeah.
it.
But,
It's not.
okay. All right. Well, we'll wait and we'll evaluate that with him when he gets back, which is
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
But I am relieved that it sounds like it's not gonna be. It's just pulling that label sounds like it's a lot easier than what we were originally gonna do. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, I think it will be.
I don't think he thought it was a big development project. Maybe he was just like, look, it's we gotta set it up and then we gotta test it and we gotta do all this stuff and all that stuff takes time. That's probably all he meant.
The one thing that I do worry about on this, and maybe you guys are more aware because they write it like I'm supposed to know what it is, but I don't. But they say for the security requirements, your integration must support API key rotation capabilities.
Hmm.
Does that mean
I mean,
that we're going to
I
be
think it
rotating
means-
them, or they can give us?
Or posting back, or
Yeah, maybe we
It-
have to hit their API to refresh, or there must be some way of they're refreshing the API.
This is the other thing in their other Printify API, but this is literally all it says.
but for ingester or for posting back.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're gonna have to give us more.
And the only reason I bring it up is because when they say it like this, it makes me think, this is something that we all know. I don't know.
Okay, this
Yeah,
is
no.
shipping. This is shipping API, so maybe it's just when we for us contacting against them.
Yeah, but
so,
their other Printify, their main API also specifies it as well.
oh,
Let's see.
there it is. Your API must support the authentication key rotation.
Yeah, so I wasn't worried about that at the moment, but I just wanted to bring that up in case you guys are like, oh yeah, it's.
Yeah, if it is outgoing, then we're fine. I think we are already doing that for some other, because they are requiring us to regenerate the token or whatever. But if they are requiring us to
Rotate the keys.
add ingestion,
down?
we haven't done yet.
Because Printify, we're building an API, right, so they can talk to us.
Right.
Not so we're not talking to them.
Wait, but yeah, we are. You see that?
Well, we are now.
Status stock back. The Printify API.
Well, they'll
That's-
send us. Yeah, they'll send us the request, and that's what we return. But we're not actively reaching out to them.
Yes, on the callbacks, right? When we send the status back to them.
Oh yeah, I guess when I say we're not reaching out to them, I mean we're not hitting an endpoint on their side. They're only hitting endpoints on our side, and this is what we're returning is the status and the stock.
Okay. When
Does that make
they
sense?
send an order to us.
Yeah. So they'll hit the supply API, we'll get it, and then we'll return the status and stock to
Right.
through the interaction schema. Well, maybe I need to read this more. Essentially, what we've been implementing is like this, right? So they can retrieve a production order by hitting this endpoint.
Right. I see.
And the tracking APIs, that's one of the Chuck you've been looking at with me.
And we've never done this, right, for any other partner?
Well, I think it sounds like
We have
four
Kind of, yeah.
for when we talk to them, not when they talk
Yeah,
to
'cause-
us.
yeah, they've
Yeah.
never been able to just pull information from us, right?
I think Ryan said
The
that
other
we
part.
may have done it in limited cases. It's not our standard. We don't like doing this, but
I think Minted also had the ability to get
Yeah.
our API an order
Yeah.
status, but it's
It's
not
very
rotating
rare now.
API keys at all.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask them, I just wanted to bring it up in case it was a dumb question.
No, it is not. I think.
'Cause I-
No dumb
I-
questions.
eh,
And I wonder if, I can't remember what I said yesterday when I was talking to you about this, but I wonder if they actually need all of those, or if we can just send,
Oh,
or
these?
send them back. Yeah, like if we can just
We
have,
decided that they didn't need all of them, because in this declined order,
yeah,
they didn't even have
okay. Well,
created.
Well, my other thought was, well, just, I mean, if that we skip, picked, and maybe even printed so that they can line up with what we actually report already. And
So I
see if they're okay
skipped-
with that. So
I
like,
skipped picked. I did skip
Yeah.
that one, and I skipped
Just because-
packaged.
just because printed, oh yeah, that too, but like even printed, because it doesn't line up with the status we have, I wonder if it would matter, or
So the
maybe
way
they
I-
rely on that. I don't know.
Well, the way I did it, because again, it just sends a sequence of events.
Yeah,
So like, if the order is in shipped status, I just say it was
Yeah.
created, it was printed, and it was shipped.
oh, okay,
But if it's
Awesome.
in anything, like if it's in order imported, it's just created.
Yeah.
Basically, printed only gets sent if the order is currently in shipped or
okay,
invoiced.
okay, that's good. Okay, that's good.
So,
just,
so I
just,
think it works, but it was just me kind of making it up as
Yeah.
I go.
that's it. I think that's a good way, at least to start, because otherwise we have to make something special to tell them it was printed.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. And I don't think it matters too much because I think it's just mostly for feedback on their side.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So if the order is shipped, because realistically, it won't spend a lot of time
Yeah, between when it's produced.
between when
Yeah.
it's produced and when it's shipped.
Yeah,
That's fine.
True.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
the only thing that was throwing me off was that that API key rotation was. Because I mean, I don't even understand. Like, are we supposed to rotate the keys? Because if so, I guess we could do that manually.
Yeah.
So create new keys.
Yeah, so yeah, we have the ability, send us the new key, or whatever.
It's like almost like they want us to, because we in here somewhere. Let's see. Credentials. Anyway, I don't have my login apparently saved here, but they have a spot where we put in our API key that they're going to use to call us. So
Mhm.
maybe they just mean we can change those.
Yeah,
So, but I can reach out and ask. I just wanted to bring it up to the group
Yeah.
in case you guys were like, "Oh no, it's."
yeah.
It seems weird to me. I'm not used to that. So, but okay. And then Chuck, if you want this, the shipping API is there's an email on Dev with a link to this.
Mm-hmm.
And you should be able, and I've authenticated Dev, so if you want to look at it or whatever, but this is there.
yeah, you'll probably have to take a look at this after you finish up that DHL thing. Let's try to get that wrapped up first, and then
Mhm.
maybe take a look at this next.
Okay.
But hopefully, it's not going to be. It sounds like it might not be a huge project. It should be relatively easy, right?
Yeah, I think so. Small range. I don't understand why they do API docs in a Word document. It's really annoying, but that's just small range. But yeah, so anyway, for me, just back on getting that purified thing. I think that tracking thing that Chuck and I were talking about was the last piece that needed to be done before we can start testing it. And then, like, in their portal, they actually have like automated tests that will hit the API and give us feedback, which is cool. So I want to get it out on dev so we can test it with that, and then get a couple of those questions answered.
And then Mario, also, you submitted a PR for the ability to take the JPEGs and put them together, right?
Yep.
Okay, and so
And that's going to be more on the file processing step side.
Just the import.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Because what I need to do is put R2 together
yeah.
for testing. So
Yeah, because I think that when I talked to Ryan yesterday, I think he said that he had to wait for yours so that we could test them together and make sure it's working. Does that sound like
Yes.
that makes sense? Okay.
yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so I'll talk to, I know that they were talking about wanting to have this mid-July, but I mean, mid-July is next week. I don't know how realistic that is, especially, and then it sounds like we're gonna have this other API thing. I mean, I'm sure we could.
Yeah, I mean, for our two pieces, Mario and I's, it'll be out. We can have it out in testing.
Okay, well, let's get it out in testing, because I think they can't start theirs until what I understand from what they sent over yesterday was that they can't start their part until we finish our part. And so the way that their system is set up, so there is some urgency there, but it sounds like you've been treating it that way anyway, so it sounds like it's getting close. So we'll just stay on top of that.
I was just running some feedback through Claude on what I did and see if I'm just tightening it up a little bit. If there's any suggestions that it makes that I agree with and stuff, and then we can get it out on dev. Start testing it. I mean, we could do that probably today.
Okay. Yeah, well, that'd be great. I mean, just as soon as you're ready, let us know.
Like I said, I think tracking was the last one they needed to do. We gotta look at a couple others. So it should be good to at least start testing today, tomorrow. So I think we're still on target for mid-July.
Okay.
Which is freaking next week, apparently. Dang.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast it goes.
Crazy how fast the summer-winter goes.
Yeah, it's summer-winter.
Summer for us, winter for them.
So one of the things that came up that happened yesterday, and I'm gonna throw this out here. Ryan brought this up, and so if it doesn't make sense and we need further conversation with him, then we can wait. But yesterday when Jamie was trying to release to HFP and Hangfire was down, and so it queued it, but it gave her a message that it failed or whatever. No,
It was both. Jamie did it too. Jamie did it first.
Jamie's the one that talked to me about it. Did Leah send something in, I guess?
Yeah. Jamie took care of it.
So Ryan was under the impression that it shouldn't do that, or maybe just the message and if Hangfire's down and it queued it, we should give a better message or something. I don't know what your guys' thoughts on that was, because I know that the one that Jamie did, it queued it, right? And then once it came back up, it took care of it, but she got like a message that said that it was rejected or
it's just our normal state rejected error. I mean, it's kind of hard because I don't know when she did it versus when we started this deploying. Like, it could have just been I mean, if we can capture and change the error message, that'd be great.
I know that there was, like yesterday, I know Ryan was wrestling with this. I think Sebastian was helping him because there was some problems with the deploy or whatever. And so I think it took longer than it normally does, which is why maybe this came up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know he had some feelings about it, and I'm not opposed to it, but maybe I should. Well, let's wait and see what his thoughts on where.
Oh no, I mean definitely. If we can give a better error message, we should. So I mean, it definitely makes sense in that spot. I feel like state rejected shouldn't really be seen by anybody, or
Yeah.
as little as possible. But at the same time, it's if we turn off the system, there's not much.
Yeah, I don't want to turn it off, and that's why I was wondering if it's just a.
Oh no, I meant like when we release and it like goes down. Like there's only so much we can do.
Hold on a second. Hello.
Hey, Scotty,
Yeah.
what was the issue there? They saw that error message and then they retried, or they couldn't
No.
retry? What was the issue?
She didn't know that it was queued, so they had the she queued it, or no, she released it from hold from production and gave it a state rejected, and then she just didn't know what happened. And so then I looked up in Hangfire and saw that it was queued. It just was all the servers were down because we were releasing, so it just hadn't happened. So she was just thought it was broken. So it's just to help say, but it's just hard because when the
Hey, Charlie just called me and he wanted Chuck and I to come in and meet with him real quick, so we gotta jump
okay.
off.
Somebody's in trouble.
Anyways, I had a couple other things, but I don't think that they're pressing. We can go over them tomorrow, or if you guys have anything else and want to stay on. I know you went through the stand-up list yesterday.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, or you can. I just had a couple things left on that. If you can go though, I was just gonna.
Okay. Yeah, you can pick Sebastian's brain, but Chuck and I
Yeah.
are gonna jump off.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
So, yeah.
All I was gonna say on that was that makes sense as far as like the state rejected with the error messages. If there's a way to put even nicer.
Right. Like, state rejected, try again.
Yeah, exactly. Even that probably would be good. Just like, yeah, exactly.
But-
We had at Frasty, our error message says, "Oops, you broke it, but don't worry, we will take care of it. Please try again," or something like that. Just some kind of nicer message. I think is really what
Right.
Ryan is probably getting at as well, right? It's just
Yeah, but yeah, I agree. The default one should be generic enough, and maybe
Mhm.
encouraged to retry or whatever. But if we can pinpoint that exactly one and say, hey, servers are down now, but the job got queued anyway. Right, maybe.
Yeah, like,
But yeah, that's not a global solution. It might
Right.
be specific for this use case only.
right, exactly. And so I think mostly that's all that we were talking about, or that Ryan would probably want is just that some kind of generic for everything, and that if we can pinpoint do.
Right. Yeah, that's.
And that might be something that even Lon can come up with, like, you know what I mean, and in all the catches and stuff on the Ajax calls or something like that.
I think,
I think that's all.
the rejected word is a default error in SQL Server or Entity Framework connection or something,
Mhm.
but we can show the entire message if we wire up the exceptions in a different way. But I remember when we changed it from the EF6 to EF Core, we started getting this rejected in some cases, where, for instance, we are missing a field in the model, but is required in the query. We are getting rejected in the. But we can, if we adjust the message in the in the catching exceptions,
Mm-hmm.
we can
Yeah.
return that exact message instead of reject it. But
And I think
we need
I think
to.
that's probably what we'll want to do, except for probably not return the exact message because it probably doesn't make sense to
Yeah,
the user.
not to the user, but in the console log, for instance.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I'd say we log the actual error and then put like Sebastian said, some generic like whoa, you broke it type of thing.
What did you do?
Yeah, that's what ours in my system I wrote was. It was whoa, you broke it. So
Yeah.
cool.
Hey.
That's all I was gonna add. So I think we can hop off.
Yeah, good. Next week I will be out.
Okay.
So I'm about to take a new story, but I don't know what would make sense. I don't want to take something that will take forever and freeze there. You, Rebecca, know of something that it's, I don't know, maybe quite urgent and small, or
Let's see.
or I can focus on pull request reviews and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say focus on pull request reviews. There might be something like an email that came in that I might need your help with. So
Okay.
If you
I think I
want,
saw one. Go ahead.
too, Sebastian, you can take a look at my cutting planning. I don't have a PR for it yet, but I can create a quick PR real quick if you want to take a look at that, because it's a bigger one, so that might be good for you where you don't want to get too deep into anything, to just kind of start taking a look at that, because I think we want to get it out here in the next week or so.
Okay.
And so
So is there a story behind it? You can see the context.
There's not really a story behind it, just because it's just implementing cutting planning. So
It's a new planning.
a new planning, yeah.
I see.
I can let's see. Now, this is a little, or this could potentially be a little premature. There might be some stuff. I think it's mostly ready. I just haven't been able to get back to it. But I think the flow and everything works. I know the dashboard and all that is good and is how they want it. So for the most part, it should work and be good. But if you want to jump into it, that would be awesome to have you look at it and spend some time looking at it. With the problem I had with this one, and I changed it when I did case making planning, was I tried to keep case making planning a series of small PRs. And this one I started long before, and it's just one big PR. There's 51 file changes. It looks like so.
I see.
So if you wanted to take some time and go through that, I would really appreciate it. It's on staging as well, so you can look at it there. I'll send you the PR. I just created a PR for it.
Yeah, I see it now.
Oh, perfect.
And not so long ago, you mentioned that you were going to start working on the Hamfire batches. Is this
Yeah.
implemented that as well?
No, I got
Okay.
pulled off that. Yeah, to do something else, unfortunately. And that's something I really want to do. Or even if you want to do it on it, that would be awesome. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
I really want to rest in vacations.
That I feel you. But yeah, if you just want to look at this code, you can spend some time going on that, because it's pretty meaty. Like I said, I really wanted to have. This is a little early for me to put it up for PR, because I wanted to send it through Claude and have it review it first.
Okay, so let's put that on draft right now, and so that Ryan you normally does that.
Oh yeah, I put it on there. So.
Right.
So, but it'd be awesome if you, especially right now where you don't really want to jump into anything too crazy, just that would be awesome to have you to be able to have you look at it because we'd probably want to get it out next week while you're gone. So it's a good chance, I think, for you to look at it.
Yeah, it is.
And so, yeah, let me know what you come up with or what you find, and you can check it on staging. It's out there. I don't think it's been pushed to dev for a while, so.
Okay, so what are the planning sessions that we already have? Case making, envelope printer,
and press.
press, and this is the fourth, let's say.
Yep, this is the fourth.
But it was the first you started working long ago.
Yep.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that's why
correct.
it's in my mind. I see.
Yeah, this is where we built most of the ideas for the planning things, and so I've come back and retrofitted it because, like, with envelope planning it changed, with case making planning it changed, and so it's a little bit raw, I guess. Say.
Okay, yeah, I'll take a look.
And yeah, perfect. That would be awesome. And thank you.
Okay.
And that's all I have if we're good.
Yep, I don't have anything.
Sweet.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, reach out if you need anything.
Okay.
Sure.
See you.
See ya.
Have a nice
Yeah.
day.
Bye.
You too.